Yo guys, I just came up with the Yone Bible for $10 a month. You get the whole Yone Bible and you get 25% discount on all of my coaching. So this is really the next step on becoming like the best Yone ever. The whole Bible gives you all of this and it gives you every single matchup that you can think of, how to verse it, videos for it that are coming soon, everything. Yone jungle, AD carry, top lane, just all these advanced things about Yone for $10 a month, and you get discount codes. So if you ever think about getting coaching, then you may as well buy the Bible too. I put so many hours, probably like 500 plus hours into this. So yeah, if you really want to support and you really want to become like the best Yone, also a Yasuo one is coming soon, and think about subscribing to the Metafy. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Death is like the wind, always by my side.
Yo, what is up guys? Today I wanted to make a video of just like item builds and runes because a lot of people are struggling with Yone. I see it in my comments and my live streams all the time. I mean, his win rate has been, I think it even went lower this patch because again, they buffed all mage items. They didn't nerf anything that like counters Yone. He has the lowest win rate in the game. I think the only thing that's a lower win rate than him at the moment is, let's actually check. Shmolder and Tristana, which are 80 carries, they aren't even mid laners. Even Mel and Azir Rise, which are the lowest win rate champs in the game, almost always have a lower or higher win rate than Yone. So yeah, he is not doing too well. So I just want to share some knowledge once again to try to help you guys out. So yeah, just go over item builds. Again, D-Blade, D-Shield. Usually it's D-Shield if you're against a range champion, but I think the lower elo that you go, D-Blade is a bit better just because it gets you more solo kills. That's all that really matters in lower elos, and laning doesn't matter as much. But yeah, if it's a hard lane that you struggle with, go D-Shield basically. If it's a easier lane, easier melee lane, or even easier range lanes like Aurelion Soul or Veigar, you could definitely go D-Blade. Now for our first item, Bork Yuntal is basically it. I added Kraken because like, I mean, sometimes maybe. I think this item's kind of trash, but I mean, the win rate on it isn't bad. I just think it doesn't really scale that well, so personally, I just stick to Yuntal Bork. Again, nothing much has changed because Riot Games is just like not changing the game at all. I mean, they're changing the game a lot for mages every single patch. Eventually, it's gonna be our time to like stay in there, guys. I swear, Yone's gonna be good eventually, or at least stronger. Second item. So if you're going Bork, always Shilbo second. It's always Shilbo second, in my opinion. I don't like going IE second, even when I go Yuntal. So I'm going Yuntal in games where like they're not as tanky and they're squishier, right? So in those types of games, you don't need Yuntal IE. So I always go Yuntal Shilbo or Bork Shilbo. If you just like going Yuntal every single game, because some people out there hate Bork, I mean, it's acceptable. And if you do this into like a tankier comp, then I would go Yuntal IE. But yeah, the thing with Bork and Yuntal is like that you need to know is Bork's early game is way stronger. Recurve bow, broken item in the laning phase. So if you think you're going to be fighting a lot, let's say you're against like Yasuo in lane, Irelia, or like even like a Victor with the trade a lot, I think Recurve is very good, right? Whereas this is really bad in lane. So I would only build this into squishy comps, and if you have like an easier lane, like if you're against like a Veigar or against that Aurelion Soul, stuff that's really easy. Or let's say your first back is triple dagger, and your next back you back with 1300 gold, you can go Yuntal because then it's not like your back isn't bad, right? You're strong throughout the whole game. The reason why Yuntal is like really awkward, especially in higher elos, is that if you have that back where you can't get the BF sword, you're just coming back with a slingshot and your laning phase is just donezo. Like Yone's laning phase is already terrible, so sometimes it's just you can't take it if the game is like a lot of fighting early. So just keep that in mind. That's a lot of information, but yeah. Then third item, I always go IE. Lord Doms very rarely, if they're like all AD, or if you're all AD and they have like 200, let's say it's like a Malphite Rammus, they have like 500 armor, I guess it's like, it's passable, you know? So then it's fine, but yeah. And fourth, fifth items, these are just like generic items. I don't really go Stridebreaker anymore. I replace it with Hullbreaker. It's the same damage, you just lose the attack speed, but it costs 300 cheaper. So personally, I like Hullbreaker. If you really like Stridebreaker, I don't think it's the worst thing out there. So just keep that in mind. Maybe if they have like a lot of like movement, then it's good. But I think Hullbreaker is just too good. You're in, especially in solo queue, you're like you're split pushing, they all ARAM'd, your whole team dies. At least you can get like 2 whole turrets. Because like you kill turrets so fast with this, right? So I like Hullbreaker. Also, I'll get to the main build after I talk about all these items. So yeah, Stride is just if you want like more gap close. That's more like AoE damage, I guess. Death Stance is always good. It's just always good item to slot into your build. It helps against MR damage and armor damage. Obviously, it doesn't give MR, but like the bleed is just really good. I will say you shouldn't really be building Death Stance unless you have lifesteal or some HP first. Or I guess if they're all AD. So like, let's say you have Yuntil Shield Bow. Death Stance isn't really that good third in my opinion without like some lifesteal. So like maybe a Vamp Scepter then Death Stance is fine. Usually I go Hullbreaker third. I think it's really valid nowadays. GA is more of like, I don't really like this item that much because it's not like solo carrying. I would only do this if they have like reset champs. Say they have Katarina and you're just going in just to die, get as much damage off. At least she doesn't get the reset. And if your team is like also not doing too bad. If your team is like really bad and you're solo carrying, don't build this item. It is really bad because you're just gonna die in the GA. Whole team's dead. You come back, you just die again. So Death Stance is more 1v9 potential. Only build this if your team is like not the worst thing you've ever seen. This is a really good item. So this item is actually a lot better now. It used to be like, oh, you just build it into Malzahar and then like outplay with your E-Cleanse. Guess what? We don't have E-Cleanse anymore. They got rid of it a long time ago. Sad. But yeah, so I've been building this a lot, especially in the Yuntil builds, like Yuntil Shield Bow, Death Stance, QSS, Hullbreaker. Not in that order, but it just gives you the MR that you need, the AD, the lifesteal, and that cleanse, which is really good since we lost our cleanse a long time ago. I put Iceborne here. I don't really like this item, but I think you can explore with it. Like maybe you could put it in slots where Death Stance isn't that good. Let's say they have a lot of AD, but it's not like high burst. Maybe you just like want the slow. I don't know. Like into a Vayne, let's say, like a Vayne Darius maybe, since true damage isn't really gonna help, or the bleed from Death Stance isn't really gonna help you against those champions that much, because it's not going to take consistent damage. Maybe Iceborne you could slot instead of Death Stance. And Bloodthirster, this is gonna be in slots where QSS is bad. So let's say you need that lifesteal item, you went the Yuntil build, you have no lifesteal, and you're like, oh, they don't even have any AP damage, and they have nothing that can cleanse. That's when you want to slot in the Bloodthirster. So usually I'm building this, but obviously this is just twice the amount of damage, but just like not really any defensibility, and it costs a little more. But yeah, BT is always an option if this is not very good right now or in your game. So yeah, the final builds: Bork build, Berserkers, Bork, Shield Bow, IE, Jackshow, Death Stance. So there's two variations of this. I either go Jackshow, Death Stance, or I go Scimitar if you need the QSS into Death Stance. So that gives you the MR and the armor that you need. But yeah, Jackshow's just like pretty valid. Let's say they have 4 AD, but they have 4 AD, but like they have 1 AP, but that AP is insanely fed and doesn't have a Void Staff, because that happens in a lot of games, at least in high elo. So that's why Jackshow's really good. Gives you MR, armor, health, and you already have plenty of damage, right? You have Bork, Shield Bow, IE, so it's not bad. But if it's like a bad game for Jackshow, let's say they have like a Kog'Maw, Vayne, all of that, then yeah, you could definitely go for the QSS Death Stance instead. And Yuntil build is Berserkers, Yuntil, Shield Bow, not IE, Hullbreaker, Death Stance, QSS. So again, not in this order. Please don't just like, oh, I'm going Yuntil build, I have to do it in this order. No, no, no. Just build what you need. Let's say, for example, they have a Malzahar and they're like heavy AP. As soon as you build these two items, build the QSS. Don't wait till last second, because it just shows it here. It all depends. Let's say you're against all AD. Literally everyone on the enemy team's AD, like Zed, Rek'Sai, all of that. Then you're gonna go Yuntil, Shield Bow, Death Stance. If it's like more of a hybrid comp, they're like all like AP, AD, everyone's like relatively the same, that's when I would slot in the Hullbreaker, just because health is gonna help you against everything, right? I wouldn't go Jackshow here because like you're not gonna have enough damage. You're just gonna fall off in terms of damage. So yeah, definitely try out this build. This is my favorite build right now. Again, it's hard to pull off, but only in high elo. I think in lower elos, since laning, obviously people in lower elos don't lane as well as challenger players. Obviously, they do everything worse. So you can actually get away with going Yuntil like every single game, and just like gritting in lane and not really getting punished for it, right? So I would definitely try this. I think this is like my highest win rate, especially when I smurf and play in lower elos. This build is really good, and yeah, if you want to force it every game, just remember to replace Shield Bow with IE in the games where they're more on the tanky side. So just keep that in mind. And then, oh yeah, this last build that I didn't, for Kraken, if you want to go Kraken, which again, this item is like not very good, doesn't really scale. The only good thing about Kraken is that it, the early game is really good because like all the items, you get 1.3 attack speed like really fast on your Q. So if you're against like a Tristana mid and they're all squishy, and you just want to like come online really fast, maybe Kraken's okay. I think it's good in like 1 out of 100 games, probably. But yeah, I need to do some more testing on it. I'll probably make a video about it eventually soonish if I get some angles for it. But yeah, it would just be the same as the Bork build, just instead of Bork, it would be Kraken. And lastly, if you want defensive boots, this build's really fun, but I would only do this if you want ninja or plated steel cap. Sorry, I wouldn't really do this for mercs. So basically, you're just skipping boots, you're rushing Bork into Navori, and then you're finishing your defensive boots. Or you can go Bork, defensive boots, then Navori. The reason why Navori is because like you're getting the attack speed that you're lacking from going defensive boots. This is really good. I actually did this recently. It's really good into Renekton because just rushing the Bork into Renekton is really good for like power in lane. And then you like want to set on a cloth armor against Renekton, and then you finish after the Bork, you finish it into steel caps, or you can get steel caps before you finish Bork. I think it's completely fine too. The reason is because Shield doesn't really help you against Renekton, because if it's a good Renekton, we all know that W breaks shields, right? So it's kind of like the Renekton counter build. You can't do that because instead of just having that one shield, you just get shield after shield after shield. So you can't break all of them, right? So I think it's really good. His W counts as 3 autos, so this blocks a lot of damage. That's why I said it's the Renekton counter build. So yeah, definitely try out this build in those scenarios where they're all AD and they have like a lot of auto attacking. I think it's really fun, and it's actually really good in these scenarios. And again, like you don't have to go Death Dance QSS. You could probably go well, I wouldn't go Jack Show here because this doesn't have any AD, so I wouldn't really go 2 items that have no AD, so that's why I put this here. And yeah, that's with all the builds. I know everything's like relatively kind of similar because they haven't changed anything. Hopefully we get like changes soon. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to struggling with some content right now because nothing in League is changing. It's so stale, so I apologize. I'm trying my best. I really love this game. I want to try to make as much like fun content as I can, but bro, they just don't change any items. They don't change anything in the game. It's getting a bit stale. But yeah, I'm trying my best with these videos. But yeah, besides that, I just want to talk about the runes real fast. Again, like the lethal tempo, I would go almost 99% of the time, especially in lower elos. Do all that. I think it's really strong. Just the highest 1v9 potential. I would stay away from Fleet. I think Fleet is really bad in lower elos. I use it in Challenger because I can rely on my teammates to an extent. But yeah, it's good in those matchups where you can't really do anything early and you're not getting any tempo value. So if you want to take this in low elo, take it in the right game. So take it into like Zed, because you're not getting any tempo value and the movement speed is going to help you a lot in dodging his stuff. Let's say Ari I think is really good because you need the movement speed. You're not getting tempo value on her at all. And maybe Aurora's really good because like the movement speed is going to help you a lot in lane. The lane's really hard and she's just has a lot of gap close. So yeah, take it into those scenarios. Grasp, I'm not even gonna talk about. I haven't gone this in literally the past 2,000 games that I played, probably even more. Maybe take into Akali. I banned it every game. I have no idea. I think it's trash. And the last one, Electrocute. This one's I want you guys to try out. This one's really fun. It's the highest kill pressure build, especially into like easier lanes. Let's say you're against like a Veigar or you're against like a Talia. You can't really take long trades with them with tempo. So it's just really good to E, QW, E back, and you literally do like half the HP. So it's really, really fun. But if you mess up, you don't scale as hard. So this is like a snowballing build. You're basically playing Yone as like a Zed or like a Kiana. So definitely try it out. It's really fun. I can make like a whole video on I've made multiple videos on it before. Yeah, definitely try this out into those matchups. Don't take it into like tanky. So yeah, they're all squishy. Bring it to like those Talia, Zoe, Aurelion Sol, stuff that has like really short trade patterns. Veigar, really fun. So definitely try that out. But yeah, besides that, that's about it. I know not a lot has changed, but hopefully this guy helps, or hopefully this guide helps you a little bit, because I've still been winning a lot of most of my Yone games, even at like in Challenger games. So if I can win in Challenger with these tips, I think you guys can still win in lower elos, even though he's the lowest winner in the game. Also, if you want more help, I am offering a lot of coaching again. Probably if you saw it in the beginning of the video. But yeah, if you subscribe to the Yone Bible, you get a massive guide, not just on this, not just what I just went over, but like so much more. Let's just go over it real fast. So many chapters of stuff that I've never even posted on YouTube. So much to learn from. It's just $10 a month, which is pretty much a steal. A lot of people are like doing this now, but they're charging a bit more that I've seen. But yeah, other than that, if you subscribe to it, you also get discount on coaching. So if you you want discount on coaching, if you're planning on ever getting coaching, you may as well subscribe to the Bible, because you are getting 25% discount on the coaching and 15% on the master plan. So if you're ever thinking about coaching, may as well subscribe to it, because then you're saving the money on the coaching too. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions.